Hi, Tyler. How you doing? And
Good.
last time you were here, you guys came here with a 2-0 advantage, and it was a different rival. How is it for you different facing those Brewers to these Toronto Blue Jays?
It's different game plan, different team. As far as like the record going into it goes, I don't think that's like a huge thing. Just kind of go in and take the game as like its own single thing and just game plan, come out, execute, and hopefully pitch well.
From your left, Francisco.
Hey, Tyler, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Francisco Villalobos from Grupo Formula in Mexico. What a great moment for you, man. I mean, the opportunity to pitch a World Series game and at home, and the possibility of wearing that first swing of 3 that you guys need in order to close at home. I believe it will be the first time that if you guys make it, there'll be a championship here in Los Angeles since maybe the 60s or whatever. What are the keys of that you guys need to do in order to reach those 3 pivotal games in order to avoid this thing to go back to Toronto?
I think it's just you have to play each game for what it is and not think about the future like 3 games from now. I think it's just tomorrow. We're worried about game 3. Just execute, do what you can tomorrow, and then don't worry about anything else until you have to play those games.
Far back on your right, Tyler. Jesse.
Tyler, I want to ask you about Vlad. Watching him live, watching him on tape, what is so impressive about him? What makes him one of the most elite hitters out there?
I think he's just obviously like swing speed and power, but no, I think just his contact rate as well. I can just think when he's locked in, he can hit kind of whatever stuff in the zone, out of the zone. He's just an overall good hitter.
And one row ahead, Tyler.
So Blake Snell has the binder. Yoshi has the notebook. What do you have to prep?
I have like a little sheet. I don't go like super in depth, but there's a bunch of different stuff on it. Like I don't want to give away too much stuff, but it's not a binder, or it's just like it's a sheet with like 7 to 8 points that I'd like to look at, like combined stats and stuff.
Other questions for Tyler? We'll go to Dice K and then Ron.
Hi, Tyler. Simply, what did you think of Yoshinobu's performance yesterday and the last 2 games? And what's the impressive thing about him?
I mean, what's not impressive, I guess. It's crazy what he's able to do. I just think his consistency is always what impresses me. I think like his work throughout the week, and then his pace on the mound is always very similar. It just seems like there's not a lot of like, there's thinking about the game plan, but there's not a lot of external like nonsense thinking. He just seems like a very focused person. And I just think the last 2 games have been incredible. And he's just gotten to a rhythm, and I think as the innings have gone on, he's gotten better and better. And just to see him catch that rhythm yesterday was amazing.
Go to Ron in the second row.
Dave mentioned before at least his flight was delayed. Were you on the delayed flight? And if so, how annoying was that?
No, my flight was fine.
Okay.
Got in and it was good. Yeah.
Having watched Shohei around and what he does, do you think others could be 2-way players? Do you think, looking back, if you had that inspiration, you could have hit too?
No. I mean, I like hit when in like little league and it was good, and like, but I'm not. No, I don't think anyone can do what Shohei does. I think maybe there'll be like future opportunities for people to try it out more. There's still guys in college that go 2-way. I just think to do it at this level is like, I think Shohei can do it.
Watching him up close, what allows him to do what others can't?
I mean, you've seen it too. There's nothing I'm seeing that you aren't seeing. It's just he is an amazing hitter and an amazing pitcher. It's like as simple as that and as complex as that. He's just, I think his preparation, I think his mindset is pretty incredible just to juggle all the stuff and like the amount of media he has to do every day and all the other like off-field stuff with pitching and hitting and still maintaining like being an awesome person is very impressive. So it's just, he's like kind of like a superhuman.
Right across the aisle, Tyler.
Tyler, you've spoken about it throughout the postseason, but to be the hometown kid with this opportunity here in the World Series, what does this moment mean to you?
Yeah, I'm trying to just go into it like it is any other game. Obviously, it's the World Series for my hometown team, and it's awesome. But I think for me, I guess this whole postseason and like any start to season, I think if you go and you just handle what you can and like simplify it in your workday and simplify it while you're out there on the mound, I think a lot of the other stuff is just kind of noise. It's very like sentimental and amazing, but I think that's kind of something I'll look back on more and focus on and like really feel the feelings of it maybe when this is all done. But I'm just trying to go to work and do well.
Far back on your left, Kirsten.
Tyler, we were talking about the Brewers, a lot of the conversations about just kind of their bat-to-ball skills. It's a similar conversation when you look at this Blue Jays lineup. Is that something that you can kind of build off of with how you were able to navigate through their lineup from what you've been seeing just with these first 2 outings from Blake and then from Yoshi that you can kind of use to prepare yourself for kind of what your plan is going up against the Blue Jays?
I think there's some, I don't know how related the two are. I think there's some similarities with like contact and not a lot of strikeout. But I face the Blue Jays a lot. I've got a plan of what I want to do. I think watching the first 2 games can be helpful. But I guess as far as like comparing the two, they're just such 2 different teams. And I think it's just more about like the individual game plan. And I think it's just about executing pitches. And if you execute pitches, regardless of the right one or the wrong one, I think it usually works out for you.
A couple last ones for Tyler. Ron, the second row.
With the limited innings you had this year because of the shoulder, do you feel in any way fresher now than you would 8 months into another season, or is it just not comparable?
I don't know. I just think every season's so different. And I've kind of been limited innings every season, so it's like I don't have like a ton to pull from. I think it's just so different. Like certain seasons, you're out of spring and you don't feel great. You get 2 months into season, you feel good. Certain seasons, you feel great for 3 months, and then you feel bad. Like it just depends on the season. It depends on what you're going through. Everyone's going through something in season. It's just timing and random stuff and how your mechanics are playing and how your body feels. But I don't know if there's any like. I think it's just different for everybody.
Is it fair to say you feel as good as you felt at any point in the season?
Yeah, I feel good right now. I think the biggest thing too has just been I think like even the last few starts of season working with Connor and Mark and just getting to somewhere I'm like comfortable, keep it easy, and just getting me locked in mechanically to where I can just be athletic and free thinking has been super helpful. And they've been so awesome this whole year, and especially this last like month or so. I think I probably feel the best I have all season right now.
Across the aisle.
Tyler, more to the baseball fan side of you, is there any specific World Series memories that you have, favorite moments, favorite pitching performances maybe?
Oh, man, I have a terrible memory. I'm sure once I leave this room, I'll remember 5 different things, but the only thing that comes up to mind now is I remember like the Giants-Angels World Series, just being with my cousin. I just remember where I was at the time and like the whole rally monkey thing and like nothing super specific, but I remember that. And obviously too, I think the Giants runs were always pretty crazy. Just watching that for like the 10, 12, 14 years. And then I guess a specific thing would be like Bumgarner. That was incredible. Just watching him go out there and ball out, I'd say. Yeah, I think that's all I can think of right now.
The 2 last ones, Bill, on your left.
Yeah, Tyler, the Dodgers front office is getting a lot of credit for putting together this foursome of starting pitchers, having you guys all pitching so well at the same time in October. When you're out for 2 months, is there in your head any kind of, well, there's a silver lining to this, I'm going to be really fresh and ready to go in October?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like the thing you tell yourself to not be so pissed off that you hurt, I guess. Like I think when it happened this year, I definitely was frustrated. I think it wasn't as crazy as it was previous years, or I wasn't as frustrated just knowing it was like something minor compared to like Tommy John and other stuff. So I knew it wasn't like a huge deal. You never want to get hurt in season, and I think for me it's been a personal goal to like stay healthy all season long. It's always something I say in the beginning of the year. And at the moment it happened, I was frustrated, but it is. Like I went and I talked with Gomer and Andrew, and we were like, "This whatever, you'll be out a little bit. The goal is to be for the postseason." Like why I came here was to pitch postseason games. So it was kind of like, all right, this sucks, but it could be so much worse. So I think coming back from that injury, the only thing I had in my mind was just to come out and be healthy for postseason.
Do you feel like that's part of a plan around here, that the end goal is always to be at your best in October?
I think that's probably every team's goal. I'd hope it would be. I think you formulate your team not only to like, obviously you want to do well in season, but I think that should be everyone's goal, to like try to build the best playoff team you possibly can. You obviously have to get there, and it's a little different for the Dodgers. Just they've done so many things for so many years, from development to signing guys to like they're in a different position than most guys. But I think any team that has the potential of going to the postseason, I think that should probably be the number one thing of when it's a month of baseball and you have to maybe formulate your team around having the best month you possibly can.